That's pretty epic bass right there. Welcome everyone to the Midi Guitarist Channel, where I help guitarists who want to do film scoring or even incorporate virtual instruments into their writings, but aren't very good at piano or don't even want to touch the piano. So if you're new here today, or you've been watching for the last number of videos and you haven't subscribed yet, appreciate a subscribe, click the alert, do all that stuff that people do on YouTube videos, because it helps me to know that these videos are helpful. And that's really ultimately why I started this video, was to be helpful for other guitarists. We're finishing part 3 of the Omnisphere library. It is such a vast library that I didn't want to give people like an hour-long video, so I broke it up into 3 chunks. And so on the Midi Guitarist channel, that is what I'm doing, is I'm featuring a new library every single week from a developer, where we get to see how the MIDI controller on the guitar is the MIDI controller, works with the different libraries. And some libraries I've found work really good, others not so good. So I'll put links in the description of the libraries I used, as well as the Boss GM800 and the GK5 pickup. So that way you can do your own research and you can come to that point where this is something you want to try and you get to decide that. So on that note, let's get started. So today we're going to be doing I can't remember if I did the string machines. I don't think I did the string machines, but I'm anxious to get into the synths here. So let's do the synths. The bass, long, monos, poly, and short. And yeah, let's just have some fun with this. So that's pretty. Like the previous videos of Omnisphere, it's pretty sweet. That's the one thing I've always found with like some of the slows and glides. Some of them work really good depending on the sound. And we're going to find this out on some of the mono synth patches to see how they sound and how they work. On the legatos, it's always been hard because as a guitarist, I don't typically, I'm typically not gliding from one note to the other for certain lines. And so that's something to kind of watch out for. And so you'd have to be intentional of that's what you want to do. So you're going to hear that I'm actually it's like I'm plucking and doing the portamento at the same time, with the glide solo at the same time. So just things to kind of be on guard or knowing. Kind of loud for everything. Or to the floor. Yeah, if you can get some of the bends there. Because what it's going to do on its own for this is, if I go from one note and I'm sliding to the next, it's automatically programmed in Omnisphere to slide and do that natural pitch. So that's why the bending works here. It's not going to trigger the next note like it would in, like, say, the Spitfire strings. If I bend, it's not programmed to portament up to that note. At least in the patches I was using, it's literally going to trigger this note and then trigger that next note based off of the sound. So something to know, something to be aware of as you're going through. So let's check out the synth longs. How do these guys sound? Pretty dang fun. Okay, easy now. All right, let's try this one. It's more of a plucky. I actually love that sound. Now, Undercurrent is like an extra library that you can get through Spectrasonics on their page, and so it's an additional library, but it is definitely well worth it for the film scoring guys around here. I think that's, now that I think about it, I don't think I've said Spectrasonics until just now. Omnisphere is by Spectrasonics, and that'll be in the links in the description, but for some reason it just clued into me now that gosh, I don't think I've actually told the developer name. I just said what the library is. So if anyone from Spectrasonics is watching, I'm sorry. Coming to my mind of like that has like a for me, if I was composer and I was doing so was it Thor Love and Thunder and even Thor Ragnarok, but it's just like there's a lot of that epic synth stuff going on, like that retro synth with the scores and everything, and I'm like, oh, I would totally have used the guitar with this stuff. For me, it would have made it so fun to write with. It's hard to kind of know what's going on for the moment, but let's just see. As always with the other patches, it is trucking right along. Yeah, I really like the super playable. As a guitarist, you'd have a blast with Omnisphere. Let's move to the synth mono. So it seemed to have stuck in A's. It apparently has a stuck note. So love the pun, love the ironic. I'll figure out the joke that I wanted to say, and I'll put it in the comment section later. All right, so the synth mono. Let's check this sucker out. All right. Here we go, analog vibra lead. So it doesn't really do this pat. You know, probably because it's like they're mono patches. Some of that stuff starts to get kind of lost in the samples, but it's like Omnisphere was meant for the guitar, to be honest. I don't want to do anything just loud and crazy. EDM. No knock on the EDM writers out there, but it's not my jam. I am a James Hetfield, Mark Tremonti fan through and through, hard rock, heavy metal, that type of thing. But that EDM is awesome too. There's some epic synths I use in my score, so no knock. Hopefully the comment section doesn't get all blown up. All right. But even still, like, even though it's an EDM patch, like, you can use that for like for some sweet film score stuff. You know what I mean? Like, it's like there's some epic stuff in there that just gives creativity. All right, we're stuck in the EDM world. All right. Super playable and super fun as well. I'm actually having a again, with the portamento and everything, it makes the scale a little bit tougher, and again, with the delay of just the picking. We do some really good stuff with the mono on the guitar. Some patches are gonna just feel a little bit funky, or it's probably just the way I play them. But those are just things to kind of be aware of as you kind of move forward. So here's some synth poly. Let's move into this. So basically it's, not mono, it's lots. Super fun. Classic Roland synth brass here. It's actually fun, super playable. Just a blast, an absolute blast. That patch is fun. I don't know if I'd use it like in my scores, but super. Yeah, these are great. These are great. So far, like the synth bass work really nice. The longs, synth poly, synth monos are still playable, still great. You run into those little bit of the quirks like the legato stuff I mentioned before, but I think a lot of them were pretty playable and pretty awesome. We decided to do the synth shorts just because I like short little patches. So let's check out some of these ones. There's certain plucks you can do that. Yeah, the plucks are actually really fun. So far, depending on the patch here. Dude, it's flipping fantastic here. So when you get up to the low string, and even though I have a detune, some of the hits get lost a little bit, but it's if you get up to the are really great. It's almost like the tighter the string, I don't know, it just seems like it's just more responsive. That low string is a little bit hard on some of this, like it works good when you're doing the shorter, longer notes, but if you want anything with a lot of like, as soon as you start to go fast in the low string, it seems like it loses it, because the string will sustain longer, and it loses that what's the word I'm looking for? Clarity in being able to trigger that MIDI note properly. So things to consider, that maybe if you're like, oh, but I really want to do a fast line but want it to be low, you can record it high. Something like that, if that's what you want to do. And then either pitch it down after you record it, just knock it down a few octaves, or use the MIDI modifier, and so you're already playing it an octave lower here. And then there you go. So just things to think about. Let's go to the next note here, or next patch. Heart stab a pluck, why not? Super fun. Like I'm having ideas, everything. It's like, this is. I don't really like that patch. I probably wouldn't use it. I get like. Trying to see how like how you can play it and play it fast and do that type of stuff, and how responsive it is, and me mucking up towards the end there, but it actually it holds up really well. I probably, if for me, things that I would use Omnisphere for a lot as a guitarist would be definitely the shorts. Definitely like pad strings, because that you can get some really cool stuff. I actually use the guitar patches. I've never really used it, if ever, the guitar patches, but now having played it, I'm like, oh, it opens up a world of possibilities of for me in my writings. I wouldn't use the ARPs because, you know, I'd probably use a keyboard just to hold down some of the stuff that I want to do. Just makes it easier. Some of the bells. I definitely use the bass instruments too. That was really great. Let's so those are the synth parts so far. So let's touch base a little bit on some of the playable textures. I'm going to go into Transopt. We'll just see what that is. But like soundscapes, transition effects, those are like, you know, soundscapes are just one note. Transition effects, you know, one note type stuff that I wouldn't use on guitar. But I just want to show you guys what's possible for some playable textures here. So let's hear it. To do this on guitar, if I'm being completely honest with you guys. Oh yeah, I'm definitely the playable textures with the guitar will be really fun. That's just not a lot of clarity with that one. You can kind of hear what's going on. Yeah, I would definitely use the playable textures. So this library has been fantastic. I don't think I've ever actually used the Trans Optical. Oh, those are fun. Okay, so those are fun. So the Spectrasonics Omnisphere library with the GK5 pickup and the guitars, the MIDI controller actually performs fantastic. So that's it for today. So if you have any questions or comments, put them in below and I'll do my best to get to those. And if you haven't subscribed, I would be grateful for click that subscribe button or click the alert. But yeah, the Spectrasonics Omnisphere, I'm definitely loving it with the guitar. So that's it for today. Blessings all.